This was my master. I was its slave. Have you ever had something in your life that you have a goal, you're going for it, and yet then you turn to distractions, you turn to games, you turn to social media? Back in the day, it was a struggle for me, and no matter what I did, it was as if the only thing I could do and do well was turn to my addictive behaviors. Back when I was like 15, 16 years old, I had a favorite game and I had spent money on it. I like saved up and I was like so excited. I played it all the time, like put in tons of hours. And I remember playing it every day, every day, every day and getting good at it and feeling the joy of the progress and thinking like all these strategies and going to bed and just like being consumed, obsessed with this video game. And this was after my parents went through a divorce. I had been struggling with understanding the whole situation. I didn't feel like I was communicated to, and I didn't know how to communicate. So, what did I do? I turned to something that I felt like I could control, like I had a say in it, I could progress in. And every time I played this game, it gave me a sense of progress, fulfillment, belonging. I played with my friends online and it felt so good. And yet, the only feeling that I could get that out of wasn't in real life, it was in the virtual world. So I remember as I did this, I always mapped out Sundays though. My mom taught me to not play video games on Sunday, to dedicate that to really serving God and focusing on Him. And I went to church that day, and all I could think about, and I remember I was like participating in this sacred special ordinance, and I was blessing this bread and water and doing all this. It's supposed to be a really spiritual moment. But as soon as I closed my eyes, all I could think about was this game. All I could think about were the strategies of the joy of what it would be like. I couldn't wait to get away from reality to go to a virtual reality where I felt like I had control, I had belonging, I had a sense of progress and purpose. As I went home from that experience, I was trying to meditate, trying to pray, and it was as if my whole mind was consumed around the game. And I looked on that and I thought, wow, like even at 16, it hit me. I'm a victim. I am a slave to this. It is controlling me. I have no choice. It is in my brain. I can't be present. I don't even care what people think. I don't even care what they do. I don't even care how special this moment is of I'm supposed to be all worshipy and all good and believing and everything. And all I could think about was the strategies to get back to the game. And I couldn't wait till Sunday was over because then I could finally get back to the game. And I thought, wow, am I going to live my life being ruled and dictated by this? And I went to that day, I remember just getting angry. I was so mad that I had let myself become a victim to the game, that it controlled me. I couldn't control my feelings and emotions, it controlled me. So I took the game and I remember taking it, and this meant the world to me, and I just snapped it in half. I can't even snap these. They don't make them anymore that they can break. But I took it and I just snapped it in half. This one you can like bend and doesn't break. But I snapped it. And then I looked at it and I was like, what did I do? Oh my goodness, I just broke my favorite game. And for days I had like so much regret, and I was like, what the heck? Stupid. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I'm not addicted to it. I can still play it. I can control my mind. It was just a whim. I am still in control. And I had all this feelings of like my body was fighting this letting go of this addictive behavior. Yet, after a week passed, I remember feeling that I was way more present. I was listening to my parents more. I was focusing on my school more. I was working out better. I was doing all the things in real life more than focusing on the virtual. And it taught me a huge lesson. Number one, that if you choose it, you can become addicted to anything. food, stress, worry, poverty, games, social media, anything that you focus on long enough and you consume yourself with, if it's creating the emotional high of progress, of success, giving you that dopamine rush, whatever it might be doing, if you're not getting the joy in real life and your most joy comes through the virtual world or through some outside substance, then I would take a look at that and ask yourself, who's in control of your life? Who are you allowing to dictate your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions? And it should get you a spark inside to say, wow, maybe it's time to make some changes. Maybe I don't want to be a victim to anything in my life. I want to be in charge. I want to be in control. True control comes from mastering yourself, mastering your emotions, mastering your abilities. And I say this because just recently, we just had a baby, and last week, I got a little game on my iPhone, and I was playing it on my spare time, which I was using the restroom playing it, and then when I was done working, I'd play it, and it's just 5-10 minutes here and there, and it added up to hours and hours and hours in a week. And I looked at that and I said, at the end of the week, I said, where did I have the most joy this week? And I thought, well, it was actually just playing that video game. And I thought, why am I not getting that joy from my kids, from my spouse, from working, from my higher power? Why am I letting the most excitable part of the day be something that is outside of my control in a virtual world? So no matter what you're struggling with, I'm going to challenge you to look at, what are you choosing, because it is a choice. What are you choosing to master you? What are you choosing to dictate your emotional world? Is it food? Is it a game? Is it social media? Is it the stress that constantly happens no matter what? Are you allowing drama to be that for you? You can choose anything to be a substitute. Yet, as you look at that to say, okay, maybe I have gone too far. Maybe I have let this thing dictate my happiness. And it's time to take back what you chose to get rid of, which was your agency, your ability to choose. How do you do that? A couple different ways. Number one, awareness. It's the first thing. Are you aware of what that thing is creating? For me, I looked back on this and I was like, why did I get so excited about this stupid game? What was it that it was doing? Part of me didn't feel like I was progressing as fast as I'd like in my life. This game, they made it to where your progress happened so quick. And even if you failed, you never really failed, because then you can succeed again. So I asked myself, well, where am I feeling like I'm failing that this is giving me the joy that I've been looking for through my business and family? And I looked at that and I analyzed it. I said, well, actually, I've been feeling like I haven't been mastering my marketing, my Facebook ads. I've been kind of letting that go. And we had a failure, and then I didn't want to look at it anymore. So I had a sense of, I don't feel good enough. I don't feel capable enough. So what do? I turn to something that gives me that feeling, a fake feeling of progress, of good enough, of, oh, look, I can progress. I can do this. So if you're addicted to food, to movies, to videos, YouTube, games, drama, whatever it might be, stress, ask yourself, why are you consuming that? Why is that in your life? What emotional reaction is it causing you? Because that's what you're addicted to. It's not the substance itself. It's not the thing. What you're actually addicted to are the chemical responses that that thing provides, which is usually an emotional response. So as I looked at that, I said, okay, first off, this doesn't work for me. I've got to do something different. So I looked at it, I observed it, I figured out, okay, I'm looking for a sense of fulfillment. I'm looking for a sense of progress, a sense of change. So that's why I'm choosing to use this game to provide that fake sense. So then I went through and I said, okay, so what do I really want? Well, I want to feel a sense of progress. I want to feel a sense of excitement. I want to feel a sense of belonging in the group because everybody's playing the same game. And so then I looked at it and I said, okay, how can I do that with my wife, with my kids, with my business? And I made some new decisions of how to get to where I could get the same fulfillment doing something else. And then I did the next step, which is to align. And for those of you who don't know how to align, you can check out the videos that I've done. You can join the Abundance Alignment Technique group, and it's at tylerfb.com. You can literally learn how to change your physical responses to any substance, any situation. So in this situation where I was addicted to trying to earn value and feel good enough and feel the belonging and the progress, I knew I had to align that. So I did a couple rounds where you do the tapping, the breathing, the smiling, the panting, and voicing things, tapping certain organs and glands in your body. And after that, I looked at it and I was like, wow, how stupid. Like, I have no drive for that anymore. And I just deleted the game. I was like, I'm done with this. Like, I don't need it anymore. And now I can be more present, more capable, more giving, more loving, and was able to spend a really great time with my wife, write some poems, really focus on progress in the family, progress in the business, confront the things I'm avoiding instead of turning to the video game or the addictive behavior that gives me that false sense of reality. So, here's my challenge to you. If you're looking to make a change, there is something in your life that you have chosen, whether conscious or unconscious, to give you an emotional response. Now is the time to make that observation, to make a choice of saying, okay, what am I going to use in place of that? And then thirdly, to choose to align using whatever process. The fastest for me is the abundance alignment technique, where you can actually change how your body craves or wants things. We literally had a lady just the other day say that she was used to eating chips all the time for years and years and years, and did this technique. Now she doesn't desire to eat chips anymore. Simple things to people getting out of stopping vaping, to people doubling their income, to people finally having referrals come to them 10 in a week instead of 10 over 3 months, to getting rid of their food allergies and addictions, you name it. Every single thing is a frequency, a pattern of energy. And if we allow it, we will allow ourselves to get consumed by all the stimuluses that are out there. And we need to take back our power, back our choice, so that we are not slaves or victims to our outer circumstances, but that we are the masters. We dictate what we feel, what we think, what we do, and what we achieve. Cool? All right. If you want to join me on this journey, you can always join the Facebook group, tylerfb.com, and go through, learn how to align, check out more videos, like, subscribe, do whatever it takes, but take action. If you just consume information without action, you'll actually get depressed and unmotivated, because too much information without action, without implementation, represents overwhelm. So if you're all the time consuming information and you know you should do things, then you start shooting on yourself. You're like, gosh, I do have a solution for this, but I'm just not using it. Why? Because of your fight-flight responses. Some part of your body is literally allergic to the idea of success or addicted to the idea of failure or not good enough or I can't belong. And then you turn to the outer circumstances to hopefully fulfill the void that you know how to solve. Just use the technique, go through, get to confront the things you're avoiding. And if you do that, you will have more happiness. You'll be able to succeed more in your life, succeed more in your family, succeed more in your business, and be a master of your emotions. Thank you so much for joining me. Do what it takes. Take some action, whatever it might be, whether it's to like, subscribe, or share, whether it's to join the Facebook group, go through some of the units to learn some of the technique, or join the 10-day challenge if you want to go through something more in depth to master yourself. Become unstoppable. Do not let simple things like this dictate how you think and feel. You can be in charge. You can change it. You might just be one alignment away. We'll see you in the next video.